let's take a look at an indie title that you may have heard of. You read the title, you saw the thumbnail, so there's no point beating around the bush. That's right, we're talking about the one, the only, Minecraft. Now there's a very good chance the majority of you watching have at least tried this game before. After all, it is the second best selling game of all time. By the way, as a side note, Tetris being number one has always bugged me because they count all the spin-offs and sequels, but that's a conversation for another day. Anyway, let's have a look at what makes this game so special and why it is still beloved to this day. Naturally, let's start with some context. You all know the story. Swedish guy makes game gets very popular, something, funny chicken, something, one of the most popular games of all time. Now, where do I come into this? Well, in 2011, a friend started talking about this block game and how fun it looked. We would watch a lot of these how to survive the first night videos. There were a ton back then. Eventually, this one video in particular took our interest. As we watched further into this series, we saw the game boasted fully live NPCs and villains. You could talk to these via the chat function. Needless to say, we were both stunned and sold. Now, for those not in the know, this was part of a series called Shadow of Israphel, and it was very clearly acted out by the Yogscast. But being in our very early teens and hearing this,
the NPCs that people see in our videos, they're basically the result of months and months of work, programming using our special artificial intelligence modules that we've created from scratch.
We assumed it to be 100% real. Version 1.3 is when I came into Minecraft. The game was a lot more bare bones back then. Beds had just been added, there was no hunger bar, no sprinting, and cobblestone still looked like this. Just like everyone else, I have made countless worlds over the years. Some had mountain bases, others had underwater homes, but they all share one unfortunate characteristic. Almost every single one has been lost to time. So, the game gained popularity. It sold a Brazilian copies, but people get bored and move on, right? I mean, how many of you are still actively playing older popular games? Like, for example, Assassin's Creed 2 or Persona 5? What made Minecraft last so much longer than other games? Well, you're looking at it. YouTube. It can't be understated just how much of an impact this site had on both the game's popularity and longevity. Hell, my story even began with it. Now, I mention the Yogscast as the ones that got me interested in the game. When I started to play, I was shocked to find there were no lifelike, AI-controlled NPCs to be found. But I did have something else. My imagination. Now this is where the other big YouTube influence comes in for me, Achievement Hunter. Where Yogscast captured my imagination in a fictitious sense, Achievement Hunter made it more tangible. With crazy builds, incredibly creative games, and challenges, all of which that pushed the game to its limits. There were countless instances of me trying to recreate something I saw in one of their many episodes. Now, I mentioned before that almost every single one of my Minecraft worlds had been lost to time. That's true, except for one. This has been my Minecraft world since 2013. Starting on the PS3, I was very much restricted to just this small section of land. Only 54 chunks by 54. But you know what? I made it work. With a world this old, each build brings back memories. For example, this house I built while listening to the Ricky Gervais podcast for the very first time. While building on this mushroom island, I was listening to a lot of creepypasta readings. As you may have guessed, I am still using this world to this day. But surely it can't still be such a small size, right? Well, look at this. So when transferring this world to the PS4, I had the option to expand its size. However, I wasn't quite prepared for how jarring this transition would be. Funnily enough, despite this huge expansion, I have continued building in this small area. These days, the idea of Minecraft not being on console seems strange, right? But it used to be the opposite. It seemed like a dream for this game to run on anything but a PC. This wish didn't go unnoticed. As a result, lots of very clear knockoffs and imitators cropped up. Now, I only experienced this on the Xbox Live Arcade, so I'm sure there are other examples, but Fortress Craft, Total Miner Forge, and Castle Miner were the games I was exposed to. Of all of these, Fortress Craft was the one I settled on. As fun as this was, it had a similar empty, almost unnerving feel to it. Almost similar to the Harry Potter game I mentioned in my previous video. However, with such limited options, we made do. I even uploaded this masterpiece back then to show off my amazing creations. So, why am I telling you all this? Well, how many other games can you say have lasted this long? I can think of a few. The Sims, Skyrim, Team Fortress 2, etc. But what do these games have in common? The power of freedom and unpredictability. For instance, you can make any number of family/personality combinations in The Sims. You can add any number of mods to Skyrim, and I know you do. Finally, anything can happen in a game of Team Fortress 2. Basically, no two playthroughs are the same. I believe this is the fundamental key to having a game achieve long-term success. Sure, I've enjoyed any number of excellent single-player games, and this isn't shade to them in the slightest, but I am not very likely to play something like Death Stranding on the regular. Once it's done, it's done. Ultimately, this comes down to preference, but to make a game worth playing in regular rotation, it needs to reflect your own personality and imagination. I'm sure that I will be looking back fondly at this video in a few years, reflecting on how far my Minecraft world has come in the years since.